I'll wait to see your golden smile, feel of 1,000 kisses.
Hey folks, if you are planning to sail out of Turkey and into Greece, then this episode may be helpful to you. Obviously, there is a ton of information that someone needs to know when moving in and out of different countries, and we can't cover it all in a short YouTube episode, so if you have any questions after watching this episode, please leave us a comment below or contact us through our social media. We are checking out of Turkey in the city of Ayvalık and checking into Greece in the city of Mytilene, that's on the island of Lesvos in Greece. We selected these locations because they both have marinas that are owned by the same chain that we already have a contract with, called Scootering. Our contract includes berths for certain periods of time depending on the location of the marina. And when we checked out of Turkey, we paid Scootering Marina in Ayvalık 2,000 Turkish lira, which at the time was around $100 to handle the checkout paperwork for us and to accompany us to the customs dock and port police to translate for us. Here's a map of the area showing where the marina is in relation to the customs dock. We were going to leave our catamaran Oka at the marina and walk to the port police to check out, but we were told that we have to come with the boat, and then once we check out, we have to leave Turkish waters pretty much immediately. Port police were advised by our agent at the marina that we were coming, so we were met at the dock by two men who took our lines and helped us tie up to the dock. We sat in the port police waiting area, which also doubles as the ferry terminal, for about an hour total, while our agent dealt with the port police and customs folks. They looked at our U.S. Coast Guard boat registration and our Turkish transit log, Turkish residence cards, and our passports. The cost of the checkout was about 650 Turkish lira, which at the time was around $32, and they do not take cards, so we made sure to have cash. If you're not familiar with what a transit log is, basically it's a mandatory document that allows you to cruise in Turkish waters and contains information about your boat, your equipment, details about the crew, and your intended travel route. It's really important that the document is always updated with the proper authorities if there's any changes, such as your sailing travel route or any changes in your crew. They stamped and signed our transit log and gave us back all of our documents, and then one guy asked Donovan to take him to the boat and show him both of our engines, and I think they checked the serial numbers to make sure that they matched our transit log and all our paperwork, but that was about it. Easy peasy. And off we go. Our exit was way much nicer than our entrance was. Getting into this, because look at the waves. Look at the current. So yeah, it was a terrible docking job on my part. But we're out now, and we can concentrate on blowing this joint.
Keep returning, I'll fly across the ocean and never lose my way. As long as stars are in the sky.
We need to display a courtesy flag of the country that we are sailing in on our starboard spreader. So while sailing around Turkey, we had our Turkish flag always displayed. Now that we're leaving Turkey and entering Greece, we need to remove the Turkish flag. But since we have not officially checked into Greece with the authorities, we also need to display a Q flag on the starboard spreader along with the Greek flag. A Q flag is yellow, and the Q stands for quarantine, though it does not really relate to quarantine for like an illness. It just means that you are in transit between countries and have not yet checked into the new country. It's always a good idea to read the rules of the country you plan to visit so you know exactly what their expectations are, because although the basics of the Q flag rules are pretty similar, different countries and people may interpret some of the rules a little differently. For this entry into Greece, we are removing the Turkish flag as we enter Greek waters, and we are raising the Greek flag above the Q flag on our starboard spreader. Once we check into Greece and all the formalities are done, we can remove the Q flag. The city of Ayvalık in Turkey is incredibly close to the island of Lesvos, so getting into Mytilene was just a couple of hours. We crossed in and we docked and walked into the customs and passport control, which are both in the same building, and gave them our US Coast Guard boat registration, passports, our boat insurance, and we got a Greek transit log for 35 euros total, also in cash, which is around 37 US dollars. The insurance has an addendum for Greece, so just make sure you ask your insurance agent to send that to you with your policy. The lovely woman who did our transit log asked us if we had anything to declare, and we told her that we do have our dog on board, and so she checked Zoe's European passport and the document that has all of her chip info, and she advised us that everything looked fine. Zoe's pet passport documents the fact that she's had her rabies shot within a year and she's up on all her vaccines. We also handed her a document with the test results for the titer test, showing that she was negative for rabies before we left the US, and just for good measure. When we were done with her, we walked outside of that building and went to the port police, and we paid them 15 euros, also in cash, about $16 US dollars at the time, to sign and to stamp us into the port of Mytilene. Then we got back on the boat and went to Scootering Marina around the corner, and that was it. We were checked into the country.
For some things in life you can be certain, like birds in seething who keep returning. I'll fly across the ocean and never lose my way. As long as stars are in the sky, as long as day comes before the night, as long as the shore bears the heavy waves, I will love you always.
Mytilene is the capital of the island of Lesvos. It is the third largest island in Greece, and the island is located in the northeastern corner of the Aegean Sea. According to my research in the interwebs, the island was founded in the 11th century BC, and according to Homer's Iliad, Lesvos was part of the kingdom of Prima, based in Anatolia. In the Middle Ages, it was under Byzantine and then Genoese rule. Lesvos was then conquered by the Ottoman Empire in 1462. The Ottomans ruled the island until the First Balkan War in 1912, when it became part of the Kingdom of Greece. We made it to Greece. We had to go into customs and port police and 3 different places. What was the first place? Passport control. So we had to go to passport control first, which is right behind me. Then we went to customs. Then we went to the port police. We had no idea where to put the boat. Thankfully, we figured out to call Channel 12 and called the port police and asked them where the hell do we do with our boat. And now there's nobody here, so we need to undo the lines and go to the marina, which is across on the other side over there, straight across to our marina. So here we go. We made it. All right, I'm gonna go in and do you need me out here?
Birds come calling, sure is falling rain. I will love you forever and always.
All right, we're just pulling it through because there's nobody here to help us. I don't want to hit in the backside. Scootering Marina, Mytilene. This is sailing vessel Eucalyptus. Do you copy?
Marina Mytilene, do you read me?
Yes, we are arriving to the marina and would like assistance, please. Over.
How many meters is the boat and how many days you are planning to stay?
13.3 meters, and we're staying 14 days.
Your last port of call?
Ayvalık, Turkey.
Okay, do you have a catamaran?
Yes, we do.
Okay, we're coming with you.
Thank you very much. Over. what a little bit of a cluster. They told me to back up by 24 and 25. So I'm right at 24 and 25. I backed up perfectly. But by the time they got their lines, or did whatever with the lines, the boat, of course, had moved down to 23. So then I had to pretty much crab crawl and be pulled into this spot. That guy right there in that sailboat was yelling something in Greek. I don't know. It seemed like he was yelling at me, but I couldn't understand a word. Day 1 in Mytilene. Next to last spot as usual. So we have a hike. The Sitor Marina is all the way over there. He likes to argue with me. It's after 2 p.m. on a Saturday here in Greece. And so all the shops are closed. So it's like literally a ghost town, but lots of car traffic. All the shopkeepers just closed down. So they're cleaning up all their trash. Apparently Donovan knows where we're going, so I'm just gonna follow him. Because we definitely don't want to follow my directions. Oh, that's a lot of cheese and olives. Damn. I bet you they got some delicious stuff in there. Alright, Zoe. She's thirsty. Thirsty and tired. Yes. Let's go home and get some water. Safe travels. Officially eucalyptus now. Look at that. It looks fabulous. Other than the boat needs to be cleaned desperately. Let's go look at our new eucalyptus name on the backside. On the no, the backside we already had. You can just never see it because the dinghy's always up. Port side. Eucalyptus named. So much for the nice day. There is a storm coming right at us. Our thunder. It's gonna get soaking wet now with the storm that's coming, but looks very nice. It's saying that it's gonna rain all night. Exploring Mytilene today and found the castle. To get up there, it is a cobblestone road with a pretty steep hill, which is not conducive to our little scooters, as we found out, because we're on our scooters today. So we stopped off for lunch at one of those little restaurants right there with the white roofs. And now we're just going around the island, just seeing everything there is to see. I'm gonna have to look this one up on the internet to see what it is. Or was. So it looks like at one point it was pretty magnificent. So there's like really no information online about this particular mansion, but it is called the Georgiades Mansion, and it is a cultural center and open air cinema. It's free of charge during the summer months, and they show short films and documentaries. We went south on the main road that goes parallel to the ocean, south of Mytilene, where the marina is. And we found this cute little cafe, so I'm exploring while we wait for our coffee to get to us. You can see Mytilene from here. All the way over there. You can actually see the masts from the sailboats. Our hope is to now leave Mytilene and sail down to the south side of the island of Lesvos in preparation for our westward crossing of the Aegean Sea towards the Sporades Islands once we get a good weather window. So please stay tuned for our next episode. We hope you enjoyed this episode and that it was helpful, especially if you're planning on sailing in and out of Turkish or Greek waters. Stick around for a few photos that we took during our stay in the area.